Fantastic to see so many people already joining. So welcome everyone to yet another PTC Talks, where we are excited today by having Chantal and Michael from our alliance partner Accenture for a session on refining ALM strategies for success in the software-defined industry. But first, a very quick introduction by me. My name is Torbjörn Peterson, and I'm the alliance manager for PTC here in the Nordics, and we are running these webinars where we invite customers and partners for some inspiration on digital transformation to see what is possible and how to make things happen. And we are running these webinars on Fridays, same time, 3 times a month, with topics around either manufacturing, services, or engineering. And all the recordings are to be found on the registration site. And the agenda for today is first a quick overview of PTC by me, and then Chantal and Michael will run the show by introducing themselves, touch base on a few challenges, how to address these, and then explain some of the business outcomes. And at the end, we're also having a Q&A session, so please keep your questions to the end, or you may also put them in the chat, and we will pick them up during the Q&A session. So now over to the next slide, Chantal. Right, thanks. So PTC is a software company with a headquarters in Boston, and we provide market-leading solutions on IoT, augmented reality, PLM, SLM, ALM, and CAD through the digital thread to help our companies to accelerate their digital transformation. And we are also already having AI integrated in several of our PTC solutions. Now over to you, Chantal, and Michael. Scene is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tove. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, dear audience. It's great to be back. Today is a great pleasure actually for Michael and me that we're going to present again with PTC and Accenture how we are refining ALM strategies for the success in the software-defined vehicle. And as I said, we're happy to be back again because we already presented at the ALM Connect in the end of last year, and we hope to see some old faces again today. We would like to share our expertise and passion when it comes to everything around the modern car. Just as a brief introduction, Michael, my colleague, is a senior consultant at Accenture with more than 15 years of experience in the automotive industry. He's a seasoned professional when it comes to the creation and improvement of processes and our go-to expert for all things ASPICE, PMT, and ALM. My name is Chantal. I'm a consultant at Accenture as well, with many years of experience in the automotive industry, especially on the international stage. I specialize in the collaboration of multicultural teams and cross-divisional projects. As both of us work in Accenture's Industry X, we would like to share our approach on how to comprehensively utilize Codebeamer as a universal answer when it comes to the development of the software-defined vehicle. Let me show you the revolution roadmap. We are charting the paradigm shift to the software-defined vehicle, SDV for short. Today, we stand at the cusp of a revolution in the automotive industry, the shift to software-defined vehicles. And don't get me wrong, this isn't just about smarter cars. It's about redefining how we interact with mobility. Central to this shift is the customer experience, tailored through digital interfaces. Our vehicles are no longer static machines. They are part of a dynamic digital ecosystem that learns and adapts. Next generation vehicles are at the heart of this transformation. These are the cars that update and improve over time, much like the smartphone in your pockets, thanks to over-the-air updates or OTA. This brings us to the big loop, which is a continuous cycle where vehicle data informs real-time improvements, not just in individual cars, but across the entire model range. And all this is made possible through the power of cloud computing. The cloud is our enabler for massive data processing, driving analytics, and supporting the infrastructure for these OTA updates. This technological leap forward unlocks new digital business models, as you can imagine. Just think about it, purchasing upgrades or subscribing to advanced features on demand. This is the future, a future where our products constantly evolve with our customers' needs. To conclude, we can say that the key to unlocking the future is right there, charting the paradigm shift to software-defined vehicles. And as we navigate this journey, we're not just following a map, we're drawing it for others to follow. So join us on this quest to redefining ALM strategies. As we delve into the realm of SDVs, we would like to introduce the complexity beast, which ought to depict the increased massive difficulty and complexity when it comes to the development. Each tentacle of the beast represents a crucial aspect in the SDV development lifecycle. For instance, infrastructure or ecosystems, building robust foundations and interconnected systems that support the seamless integration and operation of SDVs. Or backend and cloud, developing scalable and secure cloud architectures that enable dynamic data exchange and manage ODA updates. Or obviously, cybersecurity. Implementing ironclad security means to protect against cyber threats and ensure data privacy and integrity. Or let's talk about the vehicle platform, integrating software seamlessly with the vehicle's hardware to ensure reliability and performance. We can say that it is clear that the life cycle developing a software-defined vehicle nowadays has much increased, has become more complex, and all life cycle aspects include topics in all phases from proof of concept to the end of life even. And each aspect brings its unique challenges, but together they form the backbone of the SDV development, pushing it towards a future where vehicles are not just modes of transportations, but integrated elements of our digital lives. You may ask yourself, why a beast? Because it is complex, and at Accenture, we would like to show how we understand the complexity and how we can tackle and master it, and therefore we tame the complexity beast. Once the beast is tamed, we store it safely in our PMT freighter. And now we bridge from complexity to navigation. With the complexity beast now tamed, we stand at the helm, ready to navigate the intricate waters of development with Codebeamer as our trusted compass. The path we navigate is complex, filled with formidable icebergs and relentless waves that test our resolve and ingenuity. Icebergs of processes and methods, these giants demand our respect, requiring meticulous navigation to ensure our development practices are both efficient and effective. Or let's take a look at the market requirements iceberg. It is ever shifting. It challenges us to be adaptable, aligning our products with consumer demands and technological advancements. Or to speak of the management iceberg, the strategic leadership needed to steer our collective efforts towards cohesive progress. And now let's consider the waves. Have a look at compliance. They demand vigilance, ensuring we ride the crests of industry regulations without getting swept overboard. Or regulatory waves. These keep us on a steady course, mindful of the legal frameworks that surround our journey. And it is true that we can say development, environment, and premises determine PMT, process, methods, and tools, solutions. So what is our destination? Or should I say one of the destinations? It is the island where transformations and standards and the ideal work environment await. Those are what we call our processes, methods, and even infrastructures that we need to equip ourselves with. So navigating between the icebergs and waves, we make a stop at the island, we pick up all the coconuts, and we continue our journey.
Okay, so Lea, welcome. I will continue. I will continue to explain how our journey continues, our transformation journey towards an automated future. And for this journey, we choose a freighter traversing waters, which is robust, but yet lacking a defined course. So we have different cargo on this freighter, diverse and substantial fuel, which fuels the engine of our business. And this cargo and this freighter consists of two requirements: the complexity beast and information about our organization. So process, methods, infrastructure, requirements and premises for tools, and lifecycle expertise from the complexity beast, which we tamed but is still active in our freighter as cargo. Our PMT strategy guides this voyage, and we need to set a straight course to automation, leveraging Codebeamer as a compass, as Chantal already mentioned, where we picked up different cargo for process, method, tools. And this cargo is kind of influencing the captain's course and the instruments, ensuring our progress through intricate business passages. And the main part, if we have a clear guidance and if we set the course, is streamlining and unifying processes, method, and tools. Just as a captain calibrates, aligning our processes, method, and tools is pivotal for a smoother voyage towards automation. that we don't hit any icebergs, that we don't hit drive to a foreign island, which we don't know. So we need to envision the unification of the cargo, navigating towards this automation, a collective force steering us efficiently and innovatively towards this automated future. This Unity acts as our compass, where Codebeamer is the key, because Codebeamer unites all these cargoes in one place and guides us through this uncharted territory, paving the way for an efficient and innovative automated future. What we need to consider if we go into this automated future are integration across disciplines, compliance and standards adherence, continuous delivery and integration, real-time collaboration and communication, change management and flexibility, quality assurance and testing, where we integrate comprehensive testing frameworks, including automated testing in the ALM processes to ensure the software quality of our products and reduce the risk of defects post-deployment or even within deployment phases. Additionally, we need to have a tool chain which is adaptable and scalable, as the writer represents maybe only one organization, one department, but also a complete company. So we need to have this tool chain flexible, that we can allocate all premises, implement all premises and environments within one big company with one automated tool chain. And then, of course, we have security and risk management for compliance, incorporating cybersecurity practices through the ALM process within the tool chain, because we need to adhere to connected and autonomous vehicle and their connectivity issues in terms of security. We plan for end-of-life scenarios in the ALM strategy, including how to handle software updates, maintenance, decommissioning, waste and maintain, brand integrity, and customer trust. And all this we need to consider across the complete life cycle with one freighter, which has a lot of cargo. But if we want to be flexible, if we want to have pilots, and if we want to have an intelligent automation, we need to be able to test certain things in a small environment for a specific organizational scope. And that's why we have these speedboats, which take some kind of the cargo from this writer and can navigate small, flexible, swiftly through the complex waters Chantal presented and avoid big maneuvers which you have to do with the freighters. These speedboats are designed for quick navigation to get feedback points in a pilot environment. They embody adaptability, enabling swift maneuvering for feedback that we don't have to wait for all 10,000 people who have applied to it. And, for example, response mechanism, rapid response mechanism, swiftly gathering insights, enabling course corrections based on real-time feedback. So if we see, okay, the freighter is not completely on course, we can take these speedboats, pilot it, and then use their crucial role in our journey that we have feedback where we can use to set the freighter to a new course. What we mean by that, intelligent automation, and then here we say in an prototype in action is, for example, in combination with Codebeamer, we can use large language models, ChatGPT 3.5, 4.0, to conduct automated requirement reviews and improve requirement. And there's a prototype which we at Accenture developed on the basis of Codebeamer input, and there's a video we'd like to show you how this works. So the next 2.5 minutes will be a video. It would be great if you increase your sound on your laptop. That's really audible. So let's start the video.
On the screen you can see Codebeamer, and in the middle of the screen you see the requirements. We can now open the detailed view for one requirement. On the top you see several fields that define the requirement. We added the fields according to ISO 29148. These fields are unambiguous, implementation-free, complete, feasible, verifiable, and singular. The additional review field shows the percent that this requirement is complete. Also, we added a button to review the requirement with the help of AI. Let's have a look at the requirement itself. It says, customer requests to lower vibration and noise, no sensor noise. Now let us have a look at the review feedback from the AI. We can see that the requirement is not unambiguous, it is not implementation-free, it is not verifiable, and not singular. In the explanation we find for implementation-free, avoid mentioning sensor noise if it is a specific implementation detail rather than a system requirement. For unambiguous we get the feedback, define clear and measurable levels for lower vibration and noise to remove ambiguity. For singular we get, separate the requirements for lowering vibration and noise into two distinct requirements if they are not inherently linked. Finally, for verifiable we get, include criteria or methods by which the lowered vibration and noise levels can be verified. Overall, the requirement is rated as less than 50% complete. All this feedback makes sense and can help to improve the requirement. We also get a proposal for an improved requirement. It says, the system shall reduce vibration levels to not exceed X dB under normal operating conditions, as verified by a specified test method. The system shall reduce noise levels to not exceed X dB under normal operating conditions, as verified by a specific test method. We can accept this proposal with the button Update Description. It is then copied into the description field. We now go back to the tracker view of all requirements. Instead of checking each requirement by itself, we can press the button Review Tracker. This will review each requirement in the complete tracker. It will also check for inconsistent and double requirements within the tracker and output the findings on top of the screen. We can see that requirements 2 and 5 are similar but not identical. Also, requirement 4 is inconsistent to the other requirements, as it is inconsistent to request from a car to fly. Both comments are correct and help to find inconsistent and double requirements. A short summary sentence concludes the findings.
Okay, yeah, so this was a prototype we were working on, which will be advanced step by step. And yeah, the volume was very low. Hopefully you did understand it properly. Nevertheless, of course, we can, if you're interested, we can show you it in another setting that may be a bigger volume there then. And that is what we mean. We need to take these prototypes, we need to implement them and see, okay, now it works. Now the question is, can we scale it for a complete organization or department and put it as part of our PMT and the ALM strategy? That the cargo will be, that the cargo of the freighter will be added with this requirement improvement review prototype. Okay, just to show you, we are working on a few more AI-based prototypes. As you know, Accenture is pushing Gen AI in the complete industry of all industries in automotive as well. And yeah, we're working on a few more there. So, but now we have these pilots, and if we now continue our quest, so the goal of each quest is to find a treasure, and we want to set our targets towards that treasure. The treasure for us is somehow represents the ALM strategy, the PMT strategy, aligned with the organization. And we sometimes need to dig very deep to find these treasures and to be able to set up a process organization aligned with a hierarchical organization. To be able to do that, we need to polishing our instruments. We need to polish our shuffle. We need to be able that our instruments work, that we can really dig deep and that it won't break in between and we don't have enough lubricant mix for the digging. And we need to rely on these instruments. And the lubricant is a specific polish for these strategies. And the strategies are influenced by some more factors than only the tool and processes and methods. So we need to be able to align it with the strategic business focus of our company, of our organization, which means competitive advantage, strength of competition, customer orientation, decision makers influencing the power of the decision maker, and of course what we want to offer. So all this strategic business focus factors influence our polish. And then we have tangible factors like technology, complexity of business, complex market-driven, organization-driven, based on geographical location, personal capabilities and bench strength. So how many people we are on the market, which we can, which might get employees of our companies. And this is all we need to consider. And then, of course, important aspects are intangible values, shared values, trust, personality, the purpose of the company, curiosity, experimentation. We can go on and on here, but what we want to tell you, you need to use these factors because you need to know them. You need to be able to convert them and to align them with your strategy, with your ALM PMT strategy. And then you can implement a new tool like Codebeamer to face the software development complexity, because all these factors add to the complexity of our environment, of our ecosystem. And therefore, we need to consider them and polish our instruments to be able to
unlock treasures.
Sorry, we're not clear who's following, but this is mine, obviously. So now we have a polished shovel, and then we go on with our journey. We envision this is the last part of our expedition, an exploration towards hidden treasures. So we're now on land. We're now the PMT freighters traverses around this land and sets up speedboats, and then we land on this island with our polished instrument. And then these treasures we're looking for, they represent untapped potential within our PMT automation, rollout improvement, and they're waiting for discovery. So they were set there, they cured a long time, and now they are waiting for the discovery. And you see what we want to represent with the left side is that we as Accenture can support you from an external view with an expanded viewpoint, broadening our perspective to identify these hidden treasures and collaborating with entities, which enriches our exploration, providing insights and opportunities beyond internal viewpoints of existing companies. And integrating these external insights into our methods and tools unlocks hidden potential, like discovering gems within our operations, unlocking treasures. You might find treasures where there is no gold in, so it's some kind of a not successful journey. This happens, this might happen, and you have to be prepared for that. And yeah, but if you find it, if you find such a treasure, you have to utilize it within our automation journey. Yeah, and in this journey, we can support you with application management support, first and second, third level support, deployment, application development, system integration. I can go on and on. You know, Accenture is a big company, so basically we'll find, and in alliance with PTC, we will find the right setup and the right competencies to help you in your journey and to find these treasures and to help you to find treasures, and especially to keep the treasures and to be able to maintain your treasures. And not, oh, now I have a treasure, what do I do with it? Because it might be that the
beast never sleeps. So what we would like to say here is to sensitize every one of you that just because you found a treasure does not mean that you ultimately get to keep it, because the complexity persists and it even grows. The landscape of project management and tool implementation is continuously evolving, with complexity increasing rather than diminishing. And we face a lot of risks amidst treasures, because even with the treasure of ALM strategies, project success, and tool implementation, there are risks that exist, and they're amplified by this complexity. And counteracting that we can do with PMT and ALM strategies. We address these challenges, which involve embedding PMT and ALM strategies within the organization structures and processes. And we basically talk about evolution, not stagnation. That is very important to keep in mind. Protect the treasure from the beast, because, as you can see, it's trying to reach your treasure by not standing still. Stay ahead of the curve by enriching the treasure with innovations such as Gen AI, such as the prototype we just showcased, which can also expand the treasure over time. But if you keep asking yourself, oh, this does sound like a very complex challenge, and how to go on from here, let me give you this. You have the chance to voyage to the Viking lands and embark on a deeper dive into ALM strategies. For those ready to navigate the vast seas of large transformation projects using Gen AI, for instance, we're charting a course to the Viking lands. Prepare for an enlightening expedition. The destination is the ALM Reinvention Workshop. Our vessel for this journey is, as I said, the workshop, where the realms of PTC and Accenture meets the shores of Chalmers University of Technology in Gothenburg, Sweden. Set sail on February 20th, mark your calendars, and ready your gear for an adventure in innovative software-defined organizations. Not just the automotive, I would like to say at this point. Uncover treasures with Codebeamer and explore the depth of PTC's Codebeamer ALM platform as an all-encompassing toolkit designed to steer your project management with the precision of a Viking navigator, as well as harnessing the power of Gen AI. Learn how to wield the latest in Gen AI to chart a course through the complexities of software lifecycle management, ensuring your team not only survives, but thrives in the digital age. Let yourself be surprised by Accenture's latest research and development of prototypes in the Gen AI space. Claim your spot on the freighter. Seats are rare. Secure your passage by registering with Michael or me later on, and ensure you're part of a crew that will redefine the future of software development. Lastly, I would like to say change is a fundamental force propelling us towards innovation. It's the essence of your journey towards automation, and embracing change is crucial. It fuels your growth and shapes our future. Change signifies progress, adaptation, and transformation. It's the catalyst that drives us towards an automated future, evolving our processes, methods, and tools. We're all looking forward to setting out on this journey together with you. Please feel free to get in touch with us at any time by scanning the QR code, getting our contacts. Thank you, and see you soon.
And thanks a lot, Chantal and Michael, for this fascinating story about this beast. So now over to the Q&A session here. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand, or you could put your questions in the chat, and we will pick a few questions since we have still some time to go here. So over to you in the audience, or I can see we have a few questions already now. One question was about, what impact do you see from general AI in the ALM strategy, sort of? Chantal or Michael, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, sure. So what we see, of course, as we said about the prototype, so the complete toolchain, ALM toolchain, will be influenced by Gen AI in the future. So that's why we're working at certain prototypes. One you saw already with the requirement review. We're working, for example, on another one regarding test management and test case creation, and there are a few more. So everything where you have to rely on documentation, on creating something like requirements or test specification or architecture will be influenced by Gen AI.
Right, thank you. Is there a joint approach for embedding of other related tools like PLM in the ALM strategies? Do you know anything about that, or?
Yeah, so of course PLM and ALM have a close interface. So ALM is focusing on the software development lifecycle, as we outstated here, but of course we have to look into production hardware mechanics as well, where we have the complete life cycle until the car is on the street. And of course we have to be able to have an interface, especially in terms, for example, of configuration management, because I saw Florian and Pascal in a meeting from Accenture, and they are experts in configuration management. And of course we need to have a tool chain for the complete product, not only focusing on software, including hardware, that we can leverage that for configuration management or software product line engineering in terms of variant management might be another case as well. So the ultimate goal in the automotive industry is that you configure your car individually, and we have all setups, and you can see which status does my software version have and when is my car ready. This is a long way to go. This is already influenced by Gen AI a little bit, but this is the ultimate goal. And then you can say, oh no, I want to switch it, and you get an update. Thanks a lot.
Would you say that there is a generic sort of method for handling complexity?
No, to my knowledge, no. So complexity is, since it's a complex approach, of course, there are methods like agility, safe, and lean, which help you to reduce and understand the complexity of your endeavor. But a method where I would say it works to 100%, no. So there, everybody has a favorites, how they tackle complex problems, complex situations. But you have to be aware that you have to probe it, you have to experiment and look at the outcome. It won't be a deterministic approach where you say, if I do that, this will be the outcome. This is nothing which will help you solve complex situations. So you need to experiment, trial and error with agility, small increments, and then you will be able to at least handle the complexity.
Yeah, we had also one quite broader questions about what's your recommendations on who should get involved, and what kind of functions in the organization should get involved in any kind of successful ALM project?
And so implementing the ALM strategy, you mean? It's an alignment of all functions, so in product development, process method and tools. But if we look, for example, at the development operations combined approach, you have all in one team, in one life cycle. You have operations as well as development, the product development, and usually we try to implement a joint approach and not keep silos separately within organizations. Hopefully I got the question right.
Yeah, sure. I think so, definitely. And we actually have some time, for one last question. I can see that it's a really good one from Sebastian. Does generating LLM requires cloud?
Yes. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Cloud, you need, okay. So if there's a cloud connection from our LM, or what exactly? What's the question? Does generating
LLM requires cloud?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And linked to that, also, does LLM require supervised learning?
Yeah, so does LLM require supervised learning? Yeah. So we rely on ChatGPT, and this is not necessarily supervised learning. It's a large language model which is pre-trained, and you can train it with your data for your company. Mm-hmm. And supervised learning, usually you train your model from scratch with your data. So you have usually by large language model a pre-trained model, but I'm not the expert. I just know how to use that for ALM strategies and for PMT strategies, and how we can align this within our organization. But we use ChatGPT for that as large language model. So it's already pre-trained. We just leverage the large language model. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. And unfortunately, time is running out. So many thanks everyone for joining this session. And of course, a special thanks to you, Chantal and Michael, for this fantastic story, I think. So with that, I hope to see you back at the PTC Talks already next week on Friday for a session about sustainability and energy management, how to approach a net zero target by Calypso. So with that, I wish you a fantastic weekend. And also, please, look in the chat, because I just posted a link to this event in Gothenburg in the 20th of February. So please look at that, and please sign up for that as well. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you.
weekend. Bye bye.